have been in managing and supervising a law office. That's the only thing that's the requirement.
I know that Kate Hoover, who is the acting AAG for our water rights unit, has been working on getting those positions filled. So I need to get a current update from her on that. I know that there are particular positions that require appointment by the Speaker, the President, and the Chief Justice, and I think there's requirements that those positions get filled from various agencies throughout the nation. And so there was some coordination between the three branch chiefs that was required. I know that those the announcement for those positions had been made. It's been several months, and I don't have a more current update, but I will get an update from Kate Hoover and provide that to Delegate Crotty and to the rest of the leadership here on the status of filling those positions. And then Delegate Charles Newton mentioned the part of the report about the Dilcon District, and we will certainly keep you updated on that. I know that our prosecutor's office was looking to set up their old trailer in Chinle, but for Dilcon, I know that there was also an option to move a trailer from one part of the reservation to Dilcon. There's a cost and expense associated with that. And so those are some of the challenges for that, and we'll certainly follow up with Chair Newton and our oversight committee on those particular issues. And if there are insights or thoughts on how to address that, we are certainly wanting to hear that. And then Delegate James, I really appreciate your frustration with the JVA and the questions that you're raising and asking, because we had the same frustration and questions. And, you know, this particular JVA was a long challenge working with DPM to have it updated. And, you know, where they put the special requirements and if those should be minimum qualifications, I mean, we were really just taking direction from DPM on what went where. And the provisions of the special requirements, at least the way they're listed there, are the statutory requirements. And so those are certainly things that we couldn't change, and we would certainly welcome a conversation with you and with the rest of the Law and Order Committee to talk about whether or not that particular provision of the code needs to be amended. And so we'd certainly welcome that discussion. And I think it's not only an issue of not getting qualified applicants, at least the way the JVA is drafted, but it is not getting any applicants. So we're not excluding anyone from consideration that's applied based on the requirements in the JVA. We just have had 0 applicants. And so I did want to make that clear, but we do welcome the follow-up conversation with Delegate James and our Oversight Committee. Thank you.
Question of privilege, Speaker. This is Delegate Crotty.
Chair McCarty, go ahead.
Speaker, can our Legislative Council or staff, can you pull up the roles and responsibilities of the Navajo Nation Attorney General? What I think is I may have a different interpretation of what the roles and responsibilities are. So I just want to be clear for tomorrow's discussion, if that could be sent to me. Thank you.
Staff.
Speaker, I will get that out. I will send out a listing tonight so that you have it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Speaker, this is Doreen. Can I just provide an update on the Water Rights Commission? I did get information from Kate that I want to share.
Yes, go ahead. I'll go back to you, Madam AG.
And thank you so much for that. Kate has shared that Judicial called a week ago, and they are forwarding their choice for the Water Rights Commission. Nothing yet from executive or legislative. The staff person that's assigned to Water Rights Commission is Jackie Mitchell. And I know Kate has asked her to follow up with the branch chiefs, but she hasn't heard anything back yet. And I think that's the extent of the update. Thank you.
We're going back down to reserve time. Honorable Vince James, 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Yeah, on speaker, thank you.
Honorable James?
Are you there? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, I've been talking. Okay. In regards to
Honorable James, you're going in and out. You're chopping up.
Okay.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. On the roof,
yeah, another speaker. And then I also want to thank Shabe in regards to the response of my question. And yes, I would like to move forward with continued discussion in regards to this position and how we can assist as council to fill the position as soon as possible. So with that, I'll go ahead and end my questions here. And then thank you for the professional and outstanding team there under DOJ. God bless you, safe, and you take care. You all take care.
There it goes. Can you hear me now? Thank you, Honorable James. With that, Madam AG, you have any closing remarks?
Speaker, I just want to say that, I really appreciate the opportunity to present the report today. Although we prepare a quarterly report for each council session, I think this is only the second time I've provided an oral report, and so I really appreciate the discussion that I've had an opportunity to have with the leadership today. And I thank you for each of you for your leadership, particularly during these sort of unprecedented pandemic times. And I just appreciate when there's questions and you reach out offline as well, so that we can address those comments and concerns throughout the quarter as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That, colleagues, on anybody on board, on anybody to reserve time, so we can go and accept the
I vote green.
Honorable Herman Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland. Honorable Mark Freeland. Honorable Mark Freeland did not vote. Honorable Chanel Halona.
Hello, votes green.
Honorable Chanel Halona votes green. Honorable Jamie Henyo.
Green.
Honorable Jamie Henyo votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate James votes green for Stewart.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Ricky Ness. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. did not vote. Honorable Otto So.
I vote green.
Honorable Otto So votes green. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel So.
Daniel So votes green.
Honorable Daniel So votes green. Honorable Eugene So. Honorable Eugene So votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Wanika.
Green.
Honorable Edison Wanika votes green. Honorable Evan Yazzie. Honorable Evan Yazzie. Honorable Evan Yazzie did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead did not vote. Going back up. Honorable Almer McKay. Honorable Almer McKay.
Elmer Gay vote green.
Honorable Almer
Can you hear me?
votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown did not vote. Honorable Mark Freeland. Honorable Mark Freeland. Honorable Mark Freeland votes green via text message. Honorable Ricky Ness.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Ricky Ness votes green. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater did not vote. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead.
Yellowhead votes green.
Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead votes green. With that, Mr. Speaker, you have 20 in favor and 0 opposed. Mr. Speaker.
Motion to adjourn.
That, 20 in favor, 0 opposed. Motion,
Recess.
speaker not voting, motion carries, colleagues. That, going off, Vice Chair, Vice Chair James, Honorable Vince James.
Second that motion. Halona.
Is actually just, it would be a motion to recess. And I highly recommend that we motion to recess, colleagues, because I have 3 staff that have to drive an hour afterwards to get home this evening.
Motion to recess.
Motion to recess.
Second, Halona.
Honorable Vince James. Honorable Vince James. Second by Honorable Halona. Question of privilege. Yes.
Speaker, really quickly,
I asked to put on a report from Dodie regarding the school reopening. And we are now considering the motion to recess. So if we recess tomorrow, can we pick up with that report? And the reason why I'm asking is there's a lot of parents who are interested in hearing the Dodie report. I did get information that it is not posted, and so a lot of parents are concerned about what's going to be happening in the next coming weeks with our children. So is it like, if we do the recess tonight, do we pick up with reports tomorrow, or do we go straight into legislation? That's my question of privilege. Thank you, Speaker.
Madam Chair.
Hello?
Madam Chair, just to answer your question of privilege, the Navajo Nation Council, as far as I know, has never went into a third day with receiving reports. And otherwise, this is what it states in subsection 164.15. All verbal and written reports shall be presented to the council only on the first day of the regular session, unless otherwise directed by the speaker or the council. So in this case, as looking at how many legislations that we do have, and we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to complete these legislations. A super majority of them are 2/3 legislations. My question back to, and it took us all day today to get through 3 reports. If we go into all day tomorrow to do the rest of the 3 reports, I have a feeling that we're not going to finish on Friday. But I'm going to leave this up to council. So I'm going to ask council, and it says otherwise directed by the speaker or the council. So after this, I'm going to take a vote after the adjournment. I'm going to take a vote to move forward. Actually, we should do it now before we go into recess. So my suggestion right now, my question.
Delegate Daniel So.
My suggestion right now is Honorable Vince James, before we go into recess, I know you have the motion, is I'd ask you to see if we could do a vote for council, and I would leave it up to council to consider legislations tomorrow, start in the morning, and if the council, and I would see what council wants to do. So I leave it up to council.
Point of privilege,
Sure.
continue.
Point of privilege, Chairman Henio.
To the Speaker Damon. Just regarding Dodie, is it possible to get a written report from Dodie to the Speaker's office, and then have the Speaker's office post it publicly for the public to see regarding school reopening? That's my point.
Yes, we can. We can post it as soon as we're available to get it. And it's just, unfortunately, right now, things are not as easy to post and put through the process. And the reason why is because here in Window Rock, the servers keep going down. So as soon as we can get that up, we can get that up. Moving on down, Chairman Daniel So.
Thank you, Speaker. This would be more in we just heard from Madam AG, and she said she'll present a report on the line item veto. So will we hear that report tomorrow morning? before we go into the other legislation?
Chair. Chairman Daniel, so we just accepted her report. So the next item on the agenda would be Navajo Nation Youth Advisory Council. In order to amend the agenda to put another report on from the Attorney General, we need 16 votes of the council to do that tomorrow. So as of right now, there's no report from the Attorney General tomorrow. Chairman Daniel, so.
Okay. I guess we'll do that action tomorrow.
Okay.
Speaker, thank you.
Honorable Freeland.
Question of privilege. Speaker.
Question of privilege.
Thank you, Speaker.
Question of privilege. Honorable Daniels. Hold on, Honorable Freeland.
Thank you, Speaker. I read a question of privilege. Are we going to have a special session anytime soon? Maybe I know we have a legislation 011144, and are we going to have a special? Maybe at that time we can get a report from Dodie, if that's possible. Speaker.
Well, the way that you usually average about 3 to 3.5 hours for legislation, and that's what we're averaging. And if we average that, it's going through the process. We would have to start tomorrow in order for us to finish by Friday. If we finish on Friday, Honorable Daniels, then we would need to go back into NABI. We can possibly have a NABI this weekend and then have a special session sometime in the following week. But again, we still have to meet with the 3 branch chiefs, or with the other 2 branch chiefs, Mr. President and Madam Chief Justice, on the recommendation, because today I was just now reviewed something that was given to one of our colleagues and asked for an amendment, and I don't know where that came from. So that's one of the questions I'm going to be asking tomorrow evening at the 3 branch chiefs meeting. Mr. Honorable Freeland. On the colleagues, right now we're on a motion to recess. If this motion to recess,
I was just going to ask you. Are these 2/3 votes? Do they? Are they non-debatable? Do we just go straight to a vote?
There's only one, right? All of them are debatable except for one. There's only one of them that goes straight to the vote because it's an override.
Okay, thank you, Speaker.
Okay.
Speaker, this is Delegate Charles Newton.
I'm Chair.
Speaker, thank you, and colleagues, thank you for listening to my concern. Speaker, I'm okay if we have the report posted on the website. What I worry about is there is a push to open up the schools, and we are a sovereign nation, and so I just wondered whether we are going to listen to that push and actually push for our schools to be open. And then at the same time, I think it's really important that the people hear the safeguards that are being put into place if we do go back to school. So I do appreciate my colleagues listening to that concern and suggesting to put the report onto the website or to do a special session and have the report done there. Both of them I am open to, but I think we owe it to our children to really be asking these questions and holding our administration accountable because we also have educators who are coming out, voicing their concerns as well, Speaker. So with that, colleagues, I am okay if we post a report on the website, and I'm okay if we if we go and have a special session and we hear the report there. But in either case, I think that the people need to be aware of the plan. And I think that we need to have a really healthy debate on whether this is something that we do want for our Navajo children. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, with that.
On the privilege, Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Otto So.
Thank you very much. I like the gesture of going into a special session for Dodie, but why don't we go to a special Navi for Dodie? That way you have unlimited time, and on a special session you end up you only have your 5 minutes to speak, and I believe special Navi would be more of a adequate place to address Dodie, and just leave Dodie under, nothing else, because this conversation is going to take about 3 to 4 hours. Once we start adding other reports on, it just muddies it up. Thank you.
Thank you. That, I don't have any comments, questions on the motion to recess. Went once, went twice, went 3 times. Chabella, roll call, vote.
Honorable Elmer Begay.
Vote green.
Honorable Elmer Begay votes green. Honorable T. Allen Begay Jr.
We're voting for adjournment. Recess.
Yes.
Green.
Honorable T. Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Paul Begay Jr.
Green.
Honorable Paul Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown does not vote. Honorable Gina Charles Newton.
Red.
Honorable Gina Charles Newton votes red. Honorable Amber Canas-Bacardi.
Delegate Amber Canas-Bacardi votes green. Thank you, staff. Thank you, colleagues.
Honorable Amber Canas-Bacardi votes green. Honorable Herman Daniels Jr.
I vote green.
Honorable Herman Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland.
Green.
Honorable Mark Freeland votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Green.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Jamie Henyo.
Enya votes green.
Honorable Jamie Henyo votes green. Honorable Vince James.
That votes green.
Honorable Vince James.
Delegate James votes green.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Ricky Ness.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Ricky Ness votes green. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater does not vote. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr.
Green.
Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes green. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Otto So.
I vote green.
Honorable Otto So votes green. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel So.
I vote green.
Honorable Daniel So votes green. Honorable Eugene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Eugene So votes green.
I vote green.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Winica.
Green.
Honorable Edison Winica votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhead.
I vote green.
Honorable Jimmy Miller votes for. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown did not vote. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater did not vote. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie did not vote. Mr. Speaker, you have a vote of 19 in favor and 1 opposed. Speaker?
That 19 in favor, colleagues. One opposed. Speaker not voting on a motion to recess. Thank you. See everyone tomorrow in exactly